last week we were here, we talked about Van and Otto being the veteran, calming presence that you guys need. And you need that even more with Pascal out. You need some guys like get you settled and get you in the right spots. Yeah,
absolutely. Just experience and just being in the right spot, just focus and attentiveness and just ready to go whenever you call on them. So that's what experience will get you in this league, and we're going to continue to lean on those guys, especially, with Pascal being out. I thought Thad changed the game with his rebound as soon as he checked in. Otto was able to get some buckets, especially in the second half. So those two guys were key for us tonight.
It would appear your back's playing.
I'm all right.
You took a couple of quick pull-ups, like 27-footers. Is that when you're really in the rhythm of the game, Nick? You're talking about, he loves to see that from you.
Yeah, I mean, just being assertive and being aggressive and, just not waiting and just being, coming down, looking for my shot. And, I feel like I'm one of the top shooters in the league, so the more attempts I get, the better chance I got to make them. And, if I keep shooting at this clip, it's going to keep going up. So just trying to be aggressive, find my spots. And I thought OG got us started with a great first half and very efficient. And there's little lulls here and there. You just try to pick up on those spots.
Feels like OG's wrecking a few possessions every game, maybe more than that defensively. What is it like to play out defensively next to him right now?
Oh, it's amazing. He's finally taking it personal. And, if he ever gets any meaner, he's going to be really scary. So he's such a nice guy. And if he ever just turned into a bad guy, it'd be scary out there. So to see him, take it personal on defense and just, he can probably steal the ball whenever he feels like it, but he's making the right reads, crackbacks, and rotations and making plays on lobs and block shots. So he just looks great. Looks like the defensive player of the year so far. And, we're going to need him to be that for us this year.
Kind of related to the aggressiveness, what do you make of all the dunks? It seems like he's dunking like crazy.
Just looks good. He looks good. He looks like a guy that's turned into an every possession guy. And the more, he gets in shape, and not in terms of his body or cardio or anything, but just the will and the dominance to be able to do it play after play after play and not take plays off on both ends of the floor. It takes a lot. And we're seeing him do that this year for us. And he's been great for us.
So much Pascal brings you when he's healthy. One of those is driving. He's one of the league leaders in driving. OG's really picked up a lot with Pascal's sideline. How important is it that he's filling in and getting to the rim with the ball in his hands?
Yeah, well, we need pressure on the rim. It's one of our keys for our offense, and one of our keys for our team is, putting pressure on the rim. So to see OG be aggressive, it speaks to his assertiveness, and we got to get those paint touches for kickouts and get to the line. So we're going to continue to need him to do that. And there's, once he gets down there, he's so strong. He can make the right play at any time. So I thought he's making the right reads, and he's learning the right reads and just finding his spots.
But Chris has had a couple of quiet games off the bench. Precious, Nick was saying before the game, they were talking. He's looking for more from him. How do you, what do you guys, or what can you guys do to kind of get the energy out of those guys that they can provide when they're going well?
Can't have too many of these. So they just got to flush it and get ready for OKC. It's like that. I've been there. You throw some duds out there sometimes, especially coming off the bench and just trying to find the rhythm. I think they're probably both overthinking it a little bit. Just get out there and play hard, and the rest will happen for you. So we support those guys. We know that they're good enough. We know that they're going to be keys for our team. They'll just move on, and I'm sure they watch the tape and get some shots up tomorrow, and we're going to need them on this road trip.
How did you stop overthinking things when you were in that position?
Just shoot it. But I really didn't have that problem because it was, as a point guard, it was easy to just pick up full court just to get myself going, just fly around and make the plays. I think for those guys being in the kind of the slash big spot, neither one of them are really like traditional fives, but they got to play the five sometimes. So just tiptoeing a little bit, floating a little bit too much, and just got to go out there and fly around and be aggressive, and I think the rest will happen for you. Bless you.
You guys have been looking to Christian as a lob threat. Is the next step for him offensively finishing stronger through contact around the rim?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think he just got to get his legs under him. It's trial and error. He's going to mess up. He's going to look, a little crazy out there at times. So he just got to continue to grow and get stronger. It's his first stint in the NBA, and he's getting valuable experience. But yeah, he's got to learn to be a pro and take care of his body and try to get fresh and ready for the next game and get that pop back and start dunking some of those and finishing some of those drop-offs. And 5 and 1 will turn into 14 and 10 probably if you make a couple of and-1s, couple of dunks, you get some offensive rebounds. So when he's moving, he's really good, and when he's a little slow and tentative, not so much.
Do you guys give him any advice, like just in terms of getting stronger, taking care of your body differently, or eating differently, training room, anything like that?
Yeah, it's a process though. It's not like you can give a guy a handbook and then it's a magic pill. You just gotta learn. How your body feels, game to game, studying the opponent, knowing there's different guys at position. The 5 is probably the most changing position on a night-to-night basis. As traditional guys, you got a guy like Sengun tonight. He's played against Vooch for 2 games, so it's going to continue to change for him. He's going to see different looks, and again, it's just good experience for him, and he could just keep downloading the information and adding it to his experience.
You kind of talked a lot about this summer about maybe taking a step back on how many shots you're taking throughout the year, maybe playing a couple less minutes here and there. What does it feel like to have these games where you're the number 1 option? You're taking 26 shots and getting 30 points out there. Does it feel any different, or are you just kind of playing the game that's in front of you?
Just taking what the defense gives me. I mean, again, it's. I think I'm at my best when I'm aggressive, and so we'll see, how that balances out, for our team. But I think I'm pretty good when I'm aggressive, and we'll roll that out for as long as we need to.
When your teammate's going to be like Precious and he's wincing in pain, what's going through your mind when you're on the field?
I mean, first thought is just if he can walk it off, and you hope that it's not anything devastating. So you always just think long term right away, make sure it's okay, and then it's usually just nicks and bruises after that. So it comes with the territory. You hope that he's okay, and he's got to get to the back and get checked out and get some treatment. So hopefully he'll be okay. I didn't get a chance to see what was wrong with him, but we're gonna need him, and he's got to try his best to get healthy. But that's the NBA. It's every other day is something else. So it just comes with the territory.
And you've had a handful of games now with Otto. How do you feel he has actually fit in with rotation?
He's great. I think he's just one of those guys that just balances out what we do, balances out our rotation and some of the lineups with the spacing and being able to make plays. He's got great hands, and just knowing the rotations, just experience, a championship caliber player, and he can fit with any rotation, especially with the top guys. I think he fits very well with what we do.
So Nick said you asked out of the game right before you hit those 2 threes. Are you thankful he kept you in there?
No, I was gassed. I really was. But it's a process. I'm trying to get my legs, get my rhythm back. I don't even know how many minutes I played. 24 minutes, yeah. So just trying to get my wind back and get back to the swing of things.
Where are you in terms of your conditioning? Obviously, it's
getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It takes a couple more games to really get my wind back.
How about the comfort level, just in terms of being on the floor with those guys? Are you feeling more comfortable in the rotation?
Yeah, I'm still, because I miss training camp and miss the preseason, so I'm still trying to figure my teammates out, what they like to do, their tendencies, stuff like that. So it'll take me a couple games, but once I know what they want to do, it'll just, it'll get more easier for me to move around and, get the correct spacing and defensive schemes and stuff like that.
What's it like playing with that again? Been a little while. But
I know that. We go way back, so I know everything he's going to do. So we play well off each other.
What does he do so well that allows him to play 26 minutes tonight and have such an impact?
Any point in the game, you can throw him in. And he's professional. He's always ready. His calmness about him, he's been there, done it for a long time. So, he knows the game. So throw him out there. He's going to fit right in, any time of the game.
How's the comfort level off the floor? Just just when you're moving to a new city, and you've spoken highly about Toronto before when you signed here. But what's it been like just being in the city?
I'm not really in the city, but I mean, it's like any other city. You just get comfortable, the more you stay there.
As a rookie, Christian is going through the process of not only learning the league and the game, but trying to get stronger and improve, sort of finishing through contact around the rim. What advice do you as a veteran have for him, whether it's like on the court stuff or off the court stuff, weight room, diet, things that he can do to get stronger?
I mean, that stuff is going to come. With him, he just got to continue to play hard. Finish through contact. Like I told him, I said, you just got to keep going. Don't shy away from the contact. Just keep playing hard. And that'll come. The more he plays, the more, the game within the game will start to, go his way.
For the guys on the bench that aren't getting a lot of minutes, are you having any conversations with them on how to stay ready or anything as the vet?
Yeah, I mean, when guys go down like Pascal or whoever next, got to step up. We all got to step up off the bench, provide a spark, some energy, especially at home, got to protect home court. So we just got to stay ready.
All right, Christian, obviously you guys got the win. So not ideal with the foul trouble, but what was your kind of thought process in today's game, and what are your thoughts?
I just feel like we should play harder than the way we played today. I think they grabbed a lot of offensive rebound, and we just didn't have any energy out there. We just need to play with more energy, and everybody got to buy in and play as a team.
It's still coming off of a back-to-back in Chicago, and playing this game. We only got a day rest, really. Are you getting used to the NBA schedule now?
I mean, I don't think I'm getting used to it, but I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Like you said, we just have a back-to-back, and then we have 1 day off, and now we just play tonight, and we're going tomorrow on the road for 5 days. So it's pretty tough. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting used to it, but I'm going to continue to get used to it with time.
How do you say your confidence on court kind of compares? Because Coach actually just said that in the press release he sees you as a starter, you are the starter. How do you feel like your confidence has compared to now as it was when you started the season?
I feel like I'm still the same guys. I was already confident at the beginning of the season. I know my teammates they trust me, but the coaches start trusting me. So I'm just going to continue to build that confidence. But I feel like my confidence is the same. I just go out there and just try to do what I do the best and try to help the team win. So I don't think there's any difference from the beginning of the season to now.
Well, great game for you tonight, obviously. How have you felt like your role has changed ever since Pascal is currently not able to play?
I just go out there and play. I just try to be aggressive no matter what, no matter who's out there. Try to help the team win.
Obviously, you guys are coming off of a back-to-back, and you guys have something like 8 back-to-backs this season.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like that impacts the team's performance when you're having these hard stretches against the same team too?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's definitely weird and different, but I guess we have to adjust. I think it's like that. Is it like that for most teams? Or it's just us? No.
It's a few teams, and you guys are one of them.
It's unfortunate, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Just try to have energy for the back-to-backs. We came out a little bit flat against the Bulls. Mm-hmm. Just try to make sure this doesn't happen again. Just try to do our best to pick each other up back-to-back. It's going to be tough.
You guys still bounce back this game.
Yeah, definitely bounce back. Came out with energy, right?
You came with the energy. How I was gonna say, how do you feel about the team in terms of you guys this game? Obviously you got the win. Probably wasn't the best start at times, but because it was a bit of a tough battle out there.
I think winning is hard in the league, so any win you don't take it for granted. And they're a talented team. They played hard. Record doesn't really matter. Teams are talented. They're always gonna play hard. So we should have to come on and execute. I think as the game went on, we did.
It sort of took a little while to figure that one out and get the right group in there. What do you think of the fourth quarter play with the guys who played bad and Otto out there, veterans, commenting down?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always hard to win in this league, Doug. Always, any night, anywhere, no matter who you're playing. I didn't think we had a lot of our guys. We had quite a few guys that didn't had their chances and didn't make the most of them, let's say. And Thad was huge. I thought he came in and started rebounding when we desperately needed it. He really went after the ball. Otto had his most minutes, I'm sure, this year and made some big buckets. But we need those other guys to play better. Right? We need them to play better, a little more consistently.
Talked last week about Thad and Otto as the calming sort of veteran presence in Is that what this team needs, do you think, some nights that they
It
don't
looks like it,
play like
right? It sure looks like it. I mean, I think a lot of our off the bench guys or younger guys have been really up and down, like way up or way down, and you know, I'm way more. Let's play towards the average and then have a good game, right? Even your bad games got to be solid defensively and solid rebounding wise, solid turnover wise, and you can still have a good game, right? But yeah, those two guys, they gave us a big lift tonight, huge lift.
When Anunoby drives, he's pretty consistently getting it really deep in there, right under the rim. Why is it that you can just so reliably count on him getting a paint touch when he puts the ball on the floor?
Well, I think it's a combination mostly of strength. I think he just keeps on going. He gets a bit of an angle, and then he uses his kind of, his physical strength to keep working his way down there. And he is pretty quick, too, for his size. So I think those two things, he gets an angle, uses his quickness, uses his strength.
It seemed like that's been maybe a little better over the last few weeks than maybe even ever for him.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's probably getting a lot more chances at it. That's what probably makes it seem like it, right? And, again, I think he needs the chances. I think there's a level up he can make for either springing up immediately for the shot or understanding how many people are around him and somehow getting it out of there a little more cleanly, right? And finishing a little bit better. Yeah. But I like that he's getting it in there. That's the start.
Looked like he was in a lot of pain there. Any further update on the sprained ankle?
Did not. I just know that he sprained his ankle and he was done for the night. I haven't got a post-game report on him yet.
Are there any challenges to coaching a player that's 7'1"? You know, when obviously you and I are both not 7'1", and you're not in that body, and you're not, it's the tallest player on the roster. Is there anything you have to do to coach him a bit differently than everybody else?
I mean, listen, you gotta certainly try to find. I mean, what we would normally do is try to see what strengths they can bring us, right? What things does he do well, and let's try to get him to do those. Let's put him in those situations, those areas where he can do it. For me, he's understanding this stuff it's a big jump up. Right, when you're a rookie and playing every other night and traveling like crazy and playing against really strong, smart, tough players and teams are, they're going at him physically a little bit. It's a very good learning experience for him and for us, I guess.
Can you expand a little on your decision making when it comes to a guy like that, where you know what you're going to get, you're not going to get double-digit points or whatever? Whereas compared to another guy where he might score a lot more, he might do more, but you also might have one of those games where he doesn't do much.
I mean, I think tonight, I think I went with the regular guys, right? I think I gave Precious, Christian got in foul trouble, and I gave Precious and Chris and those guys their regular spots, and we weren't getting what we needed. So then it went to Thad, and he immediately impacted the game, and then you're kind of like, well, this looks like a game for Thad. It was almost like I almost considered starting him in the second half because it looked like it was really a game for him. So that's it. We kind of went the same way. It wasn't working, and we went the third way, the third option, and it was working very well. So kind of easy to go back to it or easy to stick to it.
That is historically and this year been so good with other starters. Is that a look you might consider to start the game going forward, or is it just let's see how every game plays out?
I wouldn't rule anything out. No, I think Christian's going to be our starter. Just got to get him a little rejuvenated here and get him going again, because it was just the last home game when he looked spectacular. So we just need to get him back on that.
What is it about Thad that makes him work so well next to other experienced players?
Well, I think that he's going to communicate with them a lot. I think there's, he's kind of versatile where he can figure out if he's the 5, if he's the 4, and help the other guy as well. And that, just doesn't, you don't even know sometimes, even though you would think he's the 5 with that lineup, they'll put their 5 on somebody else and he doesn't become the 5 on offense, right? So just really good at the experience factor of knowing where to go, what to do, helping other guys knowing what to do as well. But listen, tonight he was rebounding, man. That was what he was doing. He was really rebounding.
It looked like Precious was struggling a little bit before the injury. What did you think of his minutes tonight?
Played very good.
It's been a handful of games for Otto since he's been back. How do you feel he's kind of fit into the rotation?
Fits good. I think there again, there's some upside with him yet. I think he's working on conditioning. That was one of those awesome moments tonight where he asked for a sub and then hit 2 threes in a row before the next whistle. So didn't need a sub too bad. If he can still shoot when he's tired, that's a good sign. But I think he's got to work and do some conditioning. And that's just minutes on the floor. He'll get there.